MrBeast is a genius video creator and businessman, but in my view, also one of the biggest fish in modern poker. Although Jimmy loves the game, he's careless, impatient, and a gambler who likes to put on a show.
You have a flush, bro.
Oh shit, I wasn't even looking.
MrBeast poker games basically depend on dumb luck. In the showdown between MrBeast and Ninja in a high-stakes poker game, MrBeast went all in pre-flop with a queen 6-off suit. When assessing the value of a good non-paired starting hand, you look at the high card value, suitness, and connectedness. Taking all these in consideration, this hand is not a good starting hand. So on paper, this is a really bad play. It's clear that he doesn't try to limit the risk with mathematical probability. MrBeast got lucky and won the pot against an ace and a king.
Now I'm only down 100.
What was that for?
20,000.
But analyzing his poker game in depth shows that he has a long history of making bad bets and calls with a variety of mathematically weak hands. And in the long run, luck will always run out. This urge to make risky plays might come from his interest in gambling. During his appearance on the Impulsive podcast, MrBeast talks about how he enjoys high-stakes gambling. He mentions that he was once denied by a casino as they did not accept bets larger than 10,000 USD on the roulette.
And then I went to the roulette table and I wanted to put it all in black, and they're like, you can't do more than 10 grand.
How annoying is that?
Yeah,
How annoying is that?
I was like, here,
Take my money.
Exactly.
Or not. Make
I literally was so close to being like, can I just give you 30 grand of this so I can bet? Just that was funny.
Bringing this carelessness to the poker table will cause him trouble, as most serious poker players use math to eliminate risk. This is in deep contrast to MrBeast, who seems to let his urge to gamble control his poker playing style. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me take a moment to talk about Easy Poker. With our app, you can host live poker games with your friends with just a few taps. Create a game pin, share it, and you're ready to play. No other app makes private poker games this simple. Now, back to the video. Having a big bankroll might allow MrBeast to make some risky plays, but luck can quickly turn when you are this careless. This was proved when MrBeast made an appearance in a charity poker game with poker legend Doyle Brunson, Phil Hellmuth, US Senator Ted Cruz, and other public and internet figures. Phil Hellmuth tells MrBeast how he was warned that he plays a lot of big pots.
Yeah, I usually lose, so it should be basically free money for you guys. I just started playing 6 months ago. Yeah.
This indicates that he sees himself as a newbie and might not always know what he's doing when it comes to playing poker pros. He confirms this by calling an all-in for a potential straight after having played only a couple of minutes. He ends up losing $120,000 on this move and is busted out of the game. Having only a 33% chance of hitting the straight, this is also considered a bad and risky play. Phil and Doyle Brunson even told him it was a bad play, and they both would have folded in his place.
So in my case, would you have folded?
I would have folded.
MrBeast also ends up making some bad plays because of what looks to be impatience. We all know the feeling of impatience when playing live games and you keep getting low-tier hands. But MrBeast takes this to a whole new level, especially when he plays high-stakes poker. We see lots of examples of this when analyzing his playing style. One example is from a big poker game between MrBeast, Tom Dwan, Ninja, Ludwig, Phil Hellmuth, XQC, and Alex Botes. Poker pro Tom Dwan had a top-tier starting hand and made a 3-bet for $35,000. MrBeast is sitting on a 7-2 offsuit. This hand is famous for being the weakest starting hand you can have in poker, as it's the lowest combination of cards that doesn't have connectedness or suitness. Jimmy calls and the flop comes out, 4-10-2. MrBeast immediately goes all in, holding only a pair of deuces.
I'm all in.
Call.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This is the lowest pair you can have in poker. Tom, who was sitting on a pair of kings, obviously calls and busts out MrBeast.
I couldn't help myself.
Jimmy might have played like this for the show and entertainment, but for a high-stakes poker player, this is a horrible play. And these types of plays are the reason why he busts out so often. In conclusion, MrBeast treats poker like a game of chance instead of a game of skill. I'm not claiming that he's a gambling addict, but according to himself, he loves gambling. Bringing this mindset to the poker table is not ideal, especially when playing with pros who can exploit this weakness. Depending this much on luck will empty out his bankroll in no time. In order for MrBeast to up his game, he needs to control his impatience. This means playing less hands and chasing less mathematically bad hands. It's definitely not his playing style, but it's an easy way for him to improve his game tremendously. However, this might not be easy for him, as he loves to put on a show. His mindset is that watching him needs to be entertaining and a rush, so having a tight playing style will truly compromise this mindset. He does, however, claim that he's already working with a poker coach, so we might soon see a MrBeast that will actually play as a real poker beast.